Hello, hello! It is Carolyn from Carol's Puzzle Corner. Welcome back, and if you're new, hello and welcome. It is, I don't know, 3:30 in the afternoon on a Sunday, and I have a bit of a food baby. I just had lunch, and I am drinking some caffeinated tea because I'm feeling sleepy. And I wanted to talk to you about my experience with a Heye puzzle, Heye. I think I am pronouncing that correctly. So the puzzle that I completed, and it was difficult, which I'm about to get into shortly. But the puzzle that I completed is a Zozoville one. It's this guy. It's called Jarentine, I think. And I just love the image. I love the image so much. But a little blurb about Heye. The company was founded in 1962 by Friedrich Wilhelm Heye. Sprout, you're sitting on my paper. And they started the company doing cartoon puzzles and humor puzzles, and now they have such a wide selection. That's one of the things that I really enjoy about the brand is they have a big selection and they collab with a lot of artists. So it's kind of like Eurographics in that way. There's a lot of different varieties. This puzzle was tough to start. They come in ribbon cut only, so 4 in, 4 out. And my main problem with Heye is the false fits, the massive, massive amounts of false fits, to the point where it was not enjoyable to puzzle with them. The pieces themselves, there was no puzzle dust. The pieces are an okay thickness, not too glossy. Um, no peeling of the puzzle pieces. The main thing is the puzzle fit, the fit quality. You certainly couldn't do a puzzle pickup. Very crumbly, and it's the amount of false fits. False fits are my nemesis. I hate them. It is a deal breaker for me if there are a lot of false fits in a puzzle, and I so despise false fits to the point where I have 3 other brand new Heye puzzles that I don't plan on doing that I'm just gonna sell. I'm off with her head with Heye. So let me see if I can move Sprout because he has taken residence right here. Let me see if I can move him so I can show you the completed image. Be right back. So I am back. The cat moved, which is nice. So I forgot to talk about the box because the box is really important, at least it is to me. It is a regular size rectangular box, good quality, very sturdy. It comes in plastic that I took off, or cellophane. And when you open the box, there is no poster, but there's a catalog. And I enjoy catalogs. I'm old school. I remember, guys, do you remember? Are you old enough to remember like the Sears catalog? Or I don't know if it was a Canadian thing, but we used to have a catalog called Consumers Distributing. If you're old enough to remember catalogs, comment down below. I was born in 75. I'm about to be 48, just to put some context. But there's a catalog, or a small catalog of the different types of puzzles. Not every single puzzle, but there's so many different collections of puzzles that they have with different artists. And a lot of their images I enjoy. They have a lot of cat images, and I am drawn to them, but we'll never, ever, 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 never, never will do a Heye puzzle again because the false fit was such a turnoff for me. In terms of price, these are, these are about, I'm trying to remember, they're the average price of a puzzle in Canada. They're under $30. I think over 25. You cannot get them at Amazon.ca. I get them from Puzzles Canada, which is where I buy my puzzles from two places, Puzzles Canada and Amazon.ca, and I got these guys from Puzzles Canada. What I love about this image, though, and the Zozoville series altogether, is just it says 2 weeks quarantine, and it's like this little monster guy who looks very sweet. He's got bunny slippers, and he's drinking some cola or pop as we like to say in Canada. And he's watching TV, and he's sitting on a jar, sitting in a jar, and it looks like he's on the kitchen counter because he's above uh, cabinets or drawers that are labeled flour and rice. And this just so reminds me of the pandemic. Um, and what it was like here in Montreal, Canada. We went through a lockdown, we went through a curfew, and I was working frontline back then. But let me tell you about that in a second. So there she is, the completed puzzle. I actually, for the first time in my life, glued this puzzle together, and I have it hanging on the back of my door because I just love this image. And I will never keep a Heye puzzle to redo, so it was a logical consequence of this puzzle being completed. But yeah, during the pandemic, I think we've all taken jobs that we are less enamored with, and I'm a social worker, and right now I specialize in trauma, but back in the day, back in the pandemic days, I used to work with the homeless population, and I worked with them for about 10 years. And yeah, so I used to work with the homeless population, and I took this job. So in Montreal, we have metro stations. There's like an underground subway thing, and lots of people don't drive and they just use the metro. And my job was to walk. We used to walk 7-8 miles a day with the metro police who would go, we would hop from metro station to metro station and focus really on downtown, where a lot of homeless people congregated in the metro stations. They were panhandling, using the bathroom, being intoxicated. And I, as the social worker, would try and befriend them or build a bit of a rapport, develop trust, and get on my cell phone and call up different shelters to see if there was a space for them if they weren't barred. I walked with a knapsack full of like underwear and socks and snacks. I remember that. Band-Aids. So it was walking all day, or very little access to bathrooms, heavy knapsack, wearing a mask because we were a masked community. So wearing a mask for about 12 hours a day. And it was such a thankless job. Oh, I hated that job. But that's what I was doing during the pandemic. I did that for about 2 years. I love my job now, but I didn't back then. So that's what this puzzle reminds me of. And I wanted to let you guys know, because I know that you haven't been sleeping because you're so excited to find out. The two puzzles that I bought off of my thrift haul, if you guys saw that video, the wooden puzzle is complete. I'll pop a neat picture of it here. And the Gallison 250 double-sided puzzle is complete, meaning all the pieces are there. So I'm actually just gonna resell those because none of those images appeal to me. So yeah, I'm gonna resell them. So that's it, short and sweet. I'm working on an Art and Fable puzzle, a mermaid one, because I watched Mer People on Netflix and it inspired me, and totally different puzzle experience with Art and Fable. Yeah, I hope you guys are doing okay, and see you next time. Bye bye.